Charms by the Pinch. It says we have new charms to break out, so that should be very, very fun. And then I'll do my little commercial. This is my commercial, what I usually do. And you can get any of these if you're familiar with the show. $20 for the Blind Oracle, $30 for the Year Ahead. Blind Oracle in the Year Ahead, you don't ask a question, you get the read you need. Blind Oracle is whatever comes through on the, I don't know, probably about 100 Oracle decks. I choose one, or sometimes I choose several, and whatever comes through, and if my guides are bringing things through, you get the message you get. If you want the year ahead, you get 2 in the middle, and then 12 months around and clarifications as they come in. If you want to ask a question, you can do a $30 mini or a $40 full. This is the amount of cards that are typically in there, give or take 3 or 4 or 5 more, depending how nosy I get. And I get super nosy. I won't sugarcoat shit at all. And today we are doing charms, charms, charms. I love them. And so we'll do $10 for the pinch, and you can do it by the pinch if you want 1 pinch, if you want 2, if you want the colored charms and then the silver charms to clarify, we can do that too. Super, super fun way to do it. Amazing what's come through, because sometimes you'll see one charm that comes through and it's totally feeling like one thing, and on somebody else's read, something else comes in and it's crazy. So anything your mother-in-law needs to hear. Okay, Chad, let's take a look. We'll take a look for your mother-in-law. Anything your mother-in-law needs to hear. We're going to Lucy's deck for this. This is the Mind's Eye Tarot. I'm going to flip this down so you can see, Chad. Anything your mother-in-law needs to hear. There's this, I think it's a hymn, and it's something like "Be Still My Soul" is coming through. I don't know that one well enough. It feels like an old hymn. We've got 5 cards down here. Let's see what we've got here. This is the way they're coming. Hopefully you can see them. We've got the 4 of Wands. The threshold time is near. The conflict needs to be let go. There needs to be no conflict about the agendas, the lessons, the learnings of different things and different timings. There is a readiness, but a delay for the Queen of Pentacles. A delay in the preparation. She's got what she needs, but the pragmatic choice is not one she wants to make. The Queen of Cups is saying, don't look back, don't look back. The Queen of Cups is saying, you can reflect on something, but don't wallow in it. And it feels like there's a wallowing that is a little bit of a drama and a little bit of, not quite martyr, but the choice to be proactive and to not be victim and to not feel like you're powerless is coming through pretty strong. Be still, my soul. She needs to understand her own power once again, and there's a new cup coming forward for her. That's what's coming through. That's what's coming through for her. There is a little bit of delay on the practicality of time, of resources, of things like that. Be still. Be still. There is something coming through that's a new opportunity coming up, a new emotional opportunity for growth. That's what I've got. That's what I've got for you right now. So, and this, I call them my Lucy cards because my spirit guide Lucy particularly favors this deck. And so usually when I use these, there will be times that she comes through often. And this one, I instantly bought 2 of these decks. I loved it, loved it, loved it. So, okay. So, pin, this is for Kristen. Okay. Okay. Kim, I'm not sure what you're trying to tell me, but you let me know. Kristen for yes. Tess, she just misread it. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm in the thick of it. So, Kim, if you keep me going, then we'll keep going. Angie, girl, you know I am not married. Well, what does that have to do with anything? It's Kristen who has asked, not Chad. Oh, okay. Well, whoever was asking for the auntie, or for the mother-in-law, that's what's coming through. That's what came through, and that was the energy, and that came through quick. Sorry, Chad. There's a lot going on. So, yeah, sorry, Kristen. Duh. You know, a girl can misread, and with these, you guys never get rid of your bifocals. By the time you need bifocals and then you have to have them again, never be so foolish just to think you just need your single vision and that you're not going to be squinting forever if you don't have bifocals. Because I'm telling you, I miss them. I miss them. So, yeah, but that's what we got going on. But you're welcome. You've got trees? Okay. All right. You love the shirt? I'm glad you do. Thanks so much. Thanks. Okay. So, yeah, if you guys want to do this, then we will go into the paid list. Becky, what do you need to know? That's a big-ass question. If you want me to draw just one card, I'll draw one card and see what comes through for you. But we're going to do by the pinch. Oh, trifocals. I didn't even know they were invented. Trifocals? Huh. You're going to scare me from getting old. My God. I didn't know that existed. Damn. Okay, one card for Baxter. Let's see what's going on. wow, why are you holding yourself outside? You've got the Seven of Pentacles and you're waiting for something. It's not coming through. This says nurture what you have and see how it grows. But it says also coming through with a strong influence of the Five of Pentacles. Feeling like you're on the outside looking in, waiting and waiting before you could go in. And there's a separation that comes with the Five of Pentacles that isn't depicted here. But it's feeling like you're on the outside looking in of something. And it's like you don't have to wait forever and ever. You really, really don't. Yeah, this is saying nurture what you have and see what grows. There's something that you already have that you aren't sure how that fits, how that affects you, or what's going on with this. There is a season of waiting for you. Now, I don't love telling anyone to be patient. A season of waiting, of waiting just generally sucks. It's what you get to do. You get to wait. It's not your time to harvest, if that makes any kind of sense to you. But that's what's going on. That's what's going on for you. That's a little bit crazy. So yeah, that's what I got. And this is the Cozy Witch Tarot, and it's like, there's the oracles over there. Usually I would do some of the oracles. Then there's a lot of the other tarot. But yeah, there's a ton of tarot. On my desk with me right now is about, oh gosh, there's 10 in a box of these. And I have 7 of these boxes on my desk. So there's like 70 decks on my desk. And some of them are duplicates, but yeah. And if you pay for a read, please let Kim know, whether it's Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. Let me hold that so you guys can see. Blah, blah, blah. I don't love doing the commercial, but it's kind of necessary. So there you go. And the E comes before the I. So make sure that you double check that and don't pay the wrong person, because there's people that want to hijack it. 670, Kim says, and she might have the more accurate count. Oh, and Kim. So this beautiful, beautiful stained glass tarot deck. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I am ordering a second one. I told Phil, we've got to order a second one. So we did that tonight. So hopefully by next week, we'll see this and we can read this in duplicate fashion, which I love to do. So yeah, woohoo! That's very, very exciting. So I'm loving that. So yeah, tap the screen like crazy and we'll see what we can do. And if we want to do a collective, we can start with a collective, or we can break out the charms and see what's going on. So, and I got this little scarf out. So if we want to do the charms, that you guys will be able to see them much, much better. So hopefully that will show up nicely. So yeah. I'm glad you told me that I wanted a duplicate, because today I was like, honey, did you order that duplicate? Because I think I need it. I think I'm going to have it. And he's like, okay. But, you know, he's like busy driving a truck and doing other things besides just, you know, humoring his tarot-loving wife. But whatever. So, yeah. Can we do a collective with the charms? I think we can. In fact, as I was getting prepped for the show, I lit frankincense, what do you call it? Incense, frankincense, incense. Sounds a little repetitive, but I lit that. And then I got in touch with my guides. You know, I kind of get them in my field of vision and see what's coming in. And Nell started running, and she was wearing a bracelet. So she had a bracelet. She's excited about the charms. So we'll see what's going on. Let's do it. Let's do a pinch. A collective pinch. All right. Oh, gosh. Boy. Okay. This is what's going on. We've got the cat that's really pleased as punch with itself. It's almost like the Cheshire Cat. This is somebody that's really smug and very, very satisfied. Then we've got the hatchet. There is work to chop, to do over and over again. This is somebody that's overly content, that needs to get off their laurels, so to speak. Chop down to size is coming through a little bit. Cut down to size a little bit. There's something prolific that is coming through over and over again with the blue bunny. It's coming over and over again. That grin is like sour sweet coming through. It's like this. You know when somebody smiles and they give you the fake smile? That's what's coming through in the Cheshire grin right now. There is something that's going through that's the fake smile. And it doesn't mean you have to make war, but somebody is being cut down to size. They're giving a fake smile. Be very, very aware of this. If somebody is smiling and it's not hitting their eyes, it's not hitting clear through, be very, very aware of what is authentic, what is true, and what is not. If somebody's just like this and it's just not hitting their eyes, don't buy their bullshit at all. There's time for you to steer your own ship, and there's something that is changing in here. Let me flip this here. Here you can see the steering wheel. This is like the captain's wheel of a ship that you're steering. You're charting your own course. There's wisdom coming in. You're navigating through a field of snakes. Now let's clarify through this. So I've used the colored ones here, and a lot of the gold ones came up. We're going to bring the silver for clarification. Something about the wisdom, something about the knowledge is in discord with what this one is. It's like two people. One is wise, and one is this grinning, smiling Cheshire Cat that is not so pleasant, and it's disrupting peace. Somebody's smug and somebody needs to slip the eye of the needle in order to gain more peace. It's not there yet. It's not ready to be done yet. This is Run the River, very much equally like this is Run the River to me. This is Run the River. There is something to be dealt with, and this is the river of emotions trying to flood through. Somebody that's, gosh, I really am not in love in this read, but it feels like somebody is trying to manipulate a situation or create a situation out of something that didn't need to be created there. And then here, what are we seeing here? The Fool. It's like, by your leave, I'm taking my leave. There needs to be clarification. Yeah, go your own way. Go your own way, walk your own direction, shed whatever this is. You don't have to step into it. It's asking for a sense of detachment when you're encountering this smarmy, smuggy smile. That bitch, yeah. No, you don't need the drama. No more drama, no more drama. That's what's coming through. It's time to shift, and it's like you have to crank. Just the tip of the iceberg is exposed. If you think in terms of Titanic and how the tip of the iceberg is exposed and there's so much below it, it feels like if you crank the wheel quick enough, you'll avoid the iceberg and everything below it. And then it's time you're on your way. It's unavoidable. You don't have to be entangled and enmeshed in this. It feels like drama, flying monkeys, nonsense. And I don't think I have a monkey charm, but that's what it feels like. That cat isn't grinning out of wisdom or appeal. It's just a little bit too much. But that's what I've got. So that's for the collective. If that resonates with someone, you'll know who it is. Just keep calm. And when somebody is playing false, let that go. Let that be. That's their lesson. You don't have to engage. All right. That's what I've got on that. So I'm going to put the silvers back in with the silver charms and the golds back in with the golds. So next is Mariah for a blind. Ooh, okay. All right, great. Mariah, let's see what we got here for the blind. We're going to go to the Rooted Woman. I love this one. This is a beautiful, beautiful. And the Wild Unknown Archetypes. That's kind of wild. One more. Hang on. I'm not sure. I think this is like the Lonely Wood Lessons or something like that. But that's where we're going. So let's see what we got here. All right. All right. That whole last charm reading, when I recorded it, I don't think that collective reading was angled down. But it's angled down now. So Mariah, yours will be recorded. And I'll upload it probably tomorrow morning on my channel. All right. Rooted Woman from Mariah, blind reading. Let's see what's going on. The river is coming through really strongly for you. We have Ellen, Pathmaker and Guide. We have Imram. This is like, know your numbers. Get out of the teacup. Get out of the teacup. There's something about the way you're navigating, and the patterns of the waves could be guided by the patterns of the stars. There's something in here that there's patterns. You're not seeing the horizon line exactly as it is. It feels like you're in the ocean when really you're in the river. You need to be guided through the river, traveling through. There needs to be more borders, more boundaries. Yeah, it's like you are in a rough river going right now. It's very, very rough going right now for you. And it's like you're feeling like it's tempest and ocean. But really, it's river. Hold on. The rapids are here for you right now. This is what you're traveling, the rapids. Let's see what else is going on. Look for the pattern in how that goes. If something eddies and swirls in a river, you can pay attention. Learn to read the river. It's as if you were going rafting, river rafting, and there's a guide that tells you, hey, stay in, keep paddling a certain way, keep paddling and doing things in a certain way, and learn the lessons as the river as you watch it. Watch the banks, watch the banks. This is not the bank's money. This is the river banks, like where the asparagus grows. Yeah, like on a ditch bank. Yeah. Okay. Mo's smirking at that. Mo is very much smirking at that. The one, the temple, and the gem. This is something that you're learning about yourself. This is how you are learning that you are connected. You're learning to put peace for yourself and the deep sense of connection between river and stars. Now, let me show this how this is coming in. This is coming in here. The one, the Ellen. This is the Pathmaker and the Guide. This is you. This also you inside this river right now in the temple. Get the peace and the centeredness in your own soul, and it helps you navigate this. You'll see the banks, you'll see the shores, and you won't feel so adrift and so lost and overwhelmed by the ocean. The gem. This is when you get that peacefulness there. This is when you get those banks coming in. Now, let's see what else is going on. To walk the lonesome road. This is definitely what you're doing right now. And you do feel adrift. This is a very beautiful card here. You do feel adrift. This is to walk the lonesome road. This is you feeling like a little bit overwhelmed kind of by a sense of abandonment, but you haven't been abandoned. You haven't been forgotten, but there are some lessons that are yours alone to do, to have, and in the time and in the manner that they come. They're not other people's lessons to have at the same time. They're just not. To walk the lonesome road alone. And this is something about your number, your life pattern, your Imram. What else do we have here? Something going on here. What is going on there? I'm getting the shape of pyramid. There's something about shape of pyramid. It's not quite gold. It's sandstone. It's got a little bit more of the sparkle, a little bit of a red sparkle in with the gold in the pyramid. I'm not sure what that is. It feels like that is actually a stone pyramid you could pick up at a rock shop is what it feels like, honestly. It's maybe like a bloodstone or something like that. I'm not sure what. And you need to be clever at this time. You need to be mindful at this time. Like really, really know your mind, know your heart. Be mindful and demure, yeah, but also be sly. The fox is here watching the river, knowing how to fish the river, knowing what's in it, and know how to cross other sides. What else do we got? One more on this blind. The return of the lost self. This is why. It's like you're learning how to cross this thing. The return of the lost self. Of course, no one else could find it other than you. And it's not so much that our self is outside of ourself. It's just a remembering and a reclaiming. It's not that we've given all of our power out there. Our power is always within us. Sometimes we feel like we have to call it back, but we can call it forward, call it up. Get it centered. The path maker and the guide. Where you step also leaves tracks like a river. What is this about? Holiday season. Nella's coming in and she's like shaking her wrist like this, and it's like her bracelet is jingling, and she's giving me holiday season. There's something about the path that you walk. It's a little bit different than what you will do. The path you walk this holiday season is important for you. Yeah. It is like there's tinkling on the bells. You're perhaps creating a different kind of tradition and blazing new path. This is important for you. You are the gem. You're the one that does this first. That's what I've got. That's complete. Holy smokes. That was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. That was gorgeous. And yeah, when it's complete, it's complete. You'll know better than I do what that's about. But yeah, gorgeous. So that's what I got for you, honey. Let me get some water and then we'll see what else is going on. Yeah, we're doing charms by the pinch, and it's $10 a pinch, and we'll just shake this through. And so if you want to get a charms reading, then we'll read them. They read very much kind of like a mix of Lenormand and tarot. The list is open. Yeah, I'm on doing a late night show, and I'm usually not on late at night, but tap the hell out of the screen, get a paid reading. You guys know I give you a good reading. And you know there's screaming deals, and you know what the deal is. This is the list for if you're new in the room, but this is how it is. So you can get one of my regulars, or you can go the charms by the pinch, whatever you want. So that's great. So yeah, when you pay for a read, let Kim know which read that you've paid for. She'll keep my brain on straight. She's going to keep track of the list, keep things in order, and keep things going. So you can do Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal, and the info's in the bio. It's A Feisty Butterfly, and the E comes before the I, like E-I-E-I-O. I know, silly, but that's how you do it. And there's people that impersonate me, so double check your spelling on that, guys. I don't want you paying the wrong person, but Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal, that's how you do it. That's how you get a hold of me. These are the typical stuff that I do during the week, and then every once in a while we'll bust out some charms. We had so much fun doing it last time. It's like, let's do it again. And so we've got some colored charms, and we'll do it again. It's super, super fun. Oh, thank you for the universe, hun. Thank you. So that's how we do it. Paid for a pinch? Okay, Emily, great. And let me know which way that you paid, and I'll just double check and I'll know where I'm at on the list. So, and let Kim know, or Kim can hear me, obviously, but yeah, if you let Kim know, that helps too. So that's great. Cash App, perfect. All right, Emily. So I'm trying to see, and there's usually not a question with the charms. When the charms go through, it's usually just what comes through. So, all right, Emily, we are doing the pinch. We're going to do the colored ones for you. So let's see what's going on. So bring this here. Probably here is just fine. That's sufficient, I think. We're just in this so we can get most of your reading recorded, and we're going to do this. And I'm not looking at here. Let's see what's coming through on the pinch. Okay. Oh, wow. Is somebody having a baby in your life? Somebody new having a baby next spring? Because this is coming through really, really strong. You've got the rocking horse, the little hobby horse, and the baby balloons coming through. Something about wisdom coming through. The starfish, somebody special coming through. And then here we have angel wings and protected wings. This is the birth of a new thing, a new project. I want some clarifiers. I know it's a 2-pinch, but I want some clarifiers on this. Yeah, there's somebody new entering the life. This is new birth. This is something new. Whether you're pregnant or not, it does not matter. There is a, feels like new project entering your life. The sun's here, the feather. Yeah, watch for angel feathers. Watch for the timing of the moon. It's a few different moon seasons coming together. And on this moon, it's beautiful. This is the fairy on the moon. When do we have that? It's going to be before April. It feels like something like March, you're going to know what's going on with this, but this is some sort of project that's coming forward in a strong, strong way. And it's a treasured thing, a treasured project coming through. This, let me show, I'm pointing here. This here feels like the January moment. This is when you throw the starfish back. So something approaches you, you throw it back because it matters, it changes, it makes a difference. The full illumination is coming on. Here's parent-child love coming in. This is also something that one thing begets the other, one thing illuminates the other coming forward. There's angelic harmony on this. Whether it's new project, this feels more like baby than anything else, but it feels like new project, new birth of something new coming in, coming in. And this is wise. This is kind of a tricky and windy situation. I'm not sure what that's about, but that's what it feels like. It feels like that's what's going on, a new project coming for you. And it's huge. It's really huge. You're going to have to be clever. It's going to travel a serpentine path. So what this means is think of a zigzag path, a zigzag path. Yeah, that's what's coming in. This is a big deal. Like if this were doing a fertility read, I would tell you to start getting ready to have some fun. And I would tell you, especially in March, to go for that. But this feels like a further ahead. It feels like we flashed forward quite a bit. And the moons that are coming in, let me throw this down again. The moon's coming in as a season. It's like fall and winter to spring. Fall and winter to spring. That's what's coming in. So we've got two big, big moons. I don't know what that's doing in your world or what that would be, but if you're in school, that might be like semesters or something like that, if you want to put to school terms. Something big is happening. The star, a second chance at something coming through also. So that's what I've got for you. I don't know what that means to you. That makes there's no reason for me to get that strongly, but there's every reason for me to give you the message and let it come through. So that's what I do. And there are so many times when I get crazy things. It's like, what does this even have to do? It's not my job to figure it out. You guys will figure it out. You'll know what I'm talking about. And even if it's not like totally on today, you'll probably know within a few days exactly what project it is I'm talking about. So I don't worry about that anymore. Your best friend is pregnant. You may want to reach out to her and see what's going on. It may be something that you need to help her travel her path. A lot of people, if you have pregnancy, it's a tricky path to travel. So you might be, yeah, you might inquire a little bit more with that a little bit later. I would give this a few days and see if that makes sense that that's her or if this is a project, but you'll know better than I. You'll probably know within a couple of days. But start traveling this zigzag path. There's a reason that sidewinders go sideways back and forth. And it doesn't need to be straight or linear. It doesn't feel like it's going to be. How you can assist, how you can help, and what's going on with that. It's just a little bit different. Don't know what that's about. You're welcome, Emily. You are so welcome. Yeah. Gloria, 2 pinches. Or blind. Let's do 2 pinches. Okay. Both pinches are in the gold. Okay, let's see what's going on. Okay. Holy shit. Okay, butterfly in the river. Wow. Okay. Here you are. Gloria, this is you floating, floating, floating. The key is coming up. There's going to be some star help. When you've got purple star help, this is Lemurian, and the planets that came through on the charms were really interesting. Some of them feel like a little bit more starseed, like Arcturian or Pleiadian. This feels more like Lemurian, even though it's in the stars. That's what it feels like to me. That's the key. You're floating the river. Be very aware of the water element right now. Be aware of water blessings and what you want to do around water. This is coming through with the January time. This would be now. This would be future. You got butterfly transformation coming through here. After what? After a long, long time, the sunflowers are coming in. This is coming in as sunflower, and this is big time harvest. This is a big butterfly transformation. This is a long time metamorphosis, something coming into a fruition. Double keys here coming through very, very strongly. The double keys in this river, it's the keys are in the fall. This is coming through as Halloween time. Now, not every moon comes through the same way, but this one is coming through as Halloween time. Harvest moon coming in right here. This is showing blood on the moon or harvest time, and harvest clear over to here. What do we have here? We have something. The energy of Sedona is coming through. We've got the desert cactus, and if it was coming through with snake and sidewinder or something like that, I'd tell you. But this cactus is coming through with straight up Sedona energy going on. You need to investigate and do some investigation on what is the Sedona energy, what is the Lemurian energy. There's a connection for you. You need to investigate that. Again, investigate. There's a purple moon coming through. This is coming through as crescent on the forehead like the priestesses of old. Let me show you what this one looks like. It looks very, very different than what this one looks like. It's a different feel entirely. And it feels like the high priestess crescent moon on the forehead, okay? That's what's coming through on here. Be careful not to get too toxic about something. There's a warning, there's a warning, there's a caution. Don't step too much into other people's magic. Step into your own. Be careful about how and who you share this crescent moon energy with. Your priestess gifts, your priestess powers, the thoughts and things you feel about Lemuria. When this comes through, some of these visions are to be kept to your own heart, to your own self, just for you alone. Some of them you'll want to share. You need to be discerning and insightful about who you share that with. This is going to be something that there's a January initiation. It's almost like the New Year's is almost exactly a new marking. I would be surprised if it went to January 2nd, that it feels like, it feels specific. It feels specific. Like 1-1 is coming in very, very strongly. Very, very strongly. And then this charm, let me go flip it over. Oh, of course, of course. You need to check your chart. Check your astrological chart here. This is about constellations, constellations. This is priestess energy coming in. It's like, what do they call that? It's like initiate priestess. I don't know what the name is, but like the novice of the priestesses. This is what's coming in. This is coming in for you. Be careful, and don't overload things. Don't overload. Study the Sedona energy, study the Lemurian energy. Check your chart. Check for January what's going on. Check the priestess energy coming in here. What do we have here? Oh my. This is old flowers. The grandmother's coming in. What do we want? The grandmother's energy is coming in. There's a link. There's a link. How far back is this? Why am I getting, I'm getting, 1, 2 to 3 generations back. Oh, there would be an old scent. This is something that, French grandmother. There's something, I'm getting the scent of Shalimar, which is, an old perfume. This is a scent of an old perfume that a grandmother would have worn, that maybe your mom would have had in some of her belongings. This is an old scent, generations back. And this is French lavender coming in. I don't know what that's about. My nose is going crazy. Yeah, that's what it is. It's like French lavender mixed with Shalimar. I don't know what that's about. You do know what that's about? Thank God, because it feels so crazy when that happens. You know the fragrance. Good. The crown is here. This is something. And this is the cat. This is the cat that came in so smug before. This is beautiful. This is very beautiful. This cat knows. It's like, you could learn the lessons of the pampered cat, and that would be very good. The pampered cat, if you know what the pampered cat is, it's different than Cheshire Grin or the smug, or even the Egyptian. The pampered cat knows when to nap, knows when to rest, knows when to just be laying in the sun, knows when to those around her are disrespectful and knocks things off and does what she needs to do. You do it on your own terms, and you do it really, really well. The grandmother didn't get the pampered cat experience till much later in life. She wants you wearing your crown and knowing your worth earlier on. You're going to get this in January and in spring. This pampered cat is like the cat that ate the cream, the cat that ate the custard. There is going to be satisfaction in a good way, because you're going to do what's right for you. And you're going to share it accordingly. Now, I'm going to show you these in time, one more time, so you can see. They came through here, you and the river coming through, and this is the big transformation here that came through. This is 1 chunk, this is 2 chunk, this is 3 chunk, okay? Hopefully that makes sense to you. That's what I got. That is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Holy cow, that's complete. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, let me get some water, and we'll just keep on going. Lucky for me, I got extra water for tonight, but yeah. You're liking that cat. I'm liking that cat too. I actually like cats and dogs. I'm allergic to cats, and dogs love me. Like, animals love me. And I think my sisters are like, sure, and sure. But they do. They come up to me all the time. We haven't had a yard that's big enough for a dog, and my kids are out of the house. So it's like, if we travel, I don't want to have to worry about pet sitters and that. But generally all my friends' pets like me. Cats come up to me and I have to just wash my hands so I don't get my eyes all puffy. But yeah. You're welcome, Gloria. You are so, so welcome. No problem at all. Okay, let me fold this and we will get going some more and see what else we're seeing. Hey, Stephanie, good to see you. Hi. Yeah, if you guys want to tap the ever-living hell out of the screen, that's great. That would be great, because I don't know if the algorithm loves me or not, but whatever. Yeah, the animals know my spirit, but okay, there is one animal that didn't like me, and it was a baby bull, and I got scared, and I think it picked up on the fear, and it chased me across a parking lot. While my sister and my mother laughed their socks off because I was hiding behind this oversized planter. Steph, if you know where Garner Village is, that parking lot, they had this petting zoo or whatever type thing going on towards the side, and it was like a baby bull, and I was hiding down. Yeah, that was some interesting days. So yeah, that was a funny one. But yeah, that's what's going on. So we're doing the charm special. We're doing the regular reads. There is a deck that I got, this one. And let me see if I can pull some of these things. This is called the Water Temple, and I haven't had a huge amount of time with it, but we could just look at it. Bulls are stubborn. Bulls are stubborn. Lack patience. Oddly funny. Yeah, it's okay, all right. Maybe they recognize their own little stubborn streak in me. I don't know. I do not know. So, okay. But I will get these other cards and show them to you. I haven't inked them out yet, but this is them, and they are beautiful. So I will show you some of these. And then if we want to do some more, oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. This is collaboration, and it says, I flow with life and life flows with me. And look at this. How many charms didn't make the cut? Oh, probably at least 80 is what I'm thinking. So, hey there, Tasha. Hey, this many did though. There must have been at least 300 or 500. I don't know. But I went through and sorted, and there's probably at least 80 that didn't make the cut. I kind of tossed them to the side. I don't know if I put them in the drawer. Here's. Nope, that's the necklace. That's not them. That's just this. I thought it was the little baggie that I put them in. But anyway, this is what I was wanting to get to. Look at this. That's gorgeous. There's something about this connection that's really, really big. And there's something about this emotional flow of spiritual water energy, spirit energy, the cups, the flow, the water energy that's trying to come through right now to try and cool things down. The sense of connection that we have with each other is trying to cool things down. Well, then maybe it's less than that. I don't know. This is a chunk. So it was probably, maybe it's more like 50. I don't know. I didn't count them. Most of them made the cut, but some of them didn't. So that's just how it is. But this is talking about the connection that needs to be here to cool things down, to cool the rivers down. The water needs to come through. There's a lot of fiery energy going through. Let's see what else is coming through. This wants to talk. Wow, I need to ink the edges of this because these cards want to talk. Our Lady of Lords, sorrow, thank you for my healing. The fire needs to be cooled down. It's like somebody's been at a fever pitch or toxic fever. Like when the Queen of Wands is overfevered, has infection, is in reversal. She's overly full of herself, making bad choices rather than using her mojo for good. It feels like there's been a little bit of overfevered, overfired energy and a little bit of a selfishness energy, and there needs to be a healing on that. And this is healing and having this sense of connection that needs to come through. Not sure what that's about, but that is coming through. Be aware of it. It's just in the ether. Yeah, it's tricky. Sometimes you pick up things that you may not want to pick up when you're out there. Sometimes you're just picking up on things you're not sure where it comes from. Call your power up again. Be very aware of what it is that you want to do and how you want to do. And then just let it clear and let it flow through. It doesn't have to stick with you. And when energy is overheated around you, you don't have to let it stick with you. So it's 10:10 and I have 10 people in life. Woohoo! That's good. That's great. Loving that. So, okay. So we can do whatever it is you guys want to do, but I did want to show you that deck. It's a gorgeous oracle, and I'll probably be looking at it a little bit more before I go into it for any of my oracle or blind oracle reads. Let me get some more water, and we'll see what we can do. And I have the Halloween decks close by, which are very fun. Not just the Cozy Witch, but I have a vampire one that I didn't feature a lot last season that will be interesting to see coming through. And I've got the Universal Monsters deck that I got earlier this year, which is this one. So that'll be interesting. Oh, and over in the corner, you see the Nightmare Before Christmas up there? I'm going to have to break that down pretty soon. So that will be coming through pretty soon too. So these are some of the, oh boy. These are some of the goodies. So this will be fun to see and fun to play with as we get closer to the season. Yes, I will show you the vampire deck. It's a very interesting, it's a little bit more dark, but well, yeah, you can totally see it's a little more dark in this card. So the 10 of Swords there, it's a little bit gory, a little bit like, argh. So yeah, but we need dark to help balance us out too. It's not just always about light, 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 or happy, 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 but it's a good one. Like this is the 2 of Swords, and this is actually quite good. Look how haunted in the back. Like he's got some serious stuff going on behind him, and he's got his 2 of Swords. It's like if he pays attention to what's going on, he'd be ready. He'd be ninja stealth. But I don't know if he's paying close enough attention. I would have to judge that by the cards around him if they came through. So we'd have to see. So yeah, tap the hell out of the screen. Ask me a question if you want to ask me a question. If you want to see a deck that I have, whatever. We'll see what's going on. And we're just doing Charms by the Pinch or my regular tarot readings. If you want a blind read, it's 20. If you want a year ahead, that's 30. And that's like 2 in the middle and all 12 months. And then clarifiers as they come through. You don't ask the questions, they just come through. If you want to ask the questions, it's 30 for a mini with the 7 to 10 cards. Or 40 for a full, 15 to 20 cards. And these are my specialty reads. And they take a little bit longer. The Tower card in the vampire deck. Is that what you want to see? See if I can bring that out. Let's see if I can find it. It's not always easy to find the specific cards in the deck. So I'll let you see what's coming through. If you guys see it ahead of me, I'll look a little bit further. And if we have it, we have it. Oh, look at the star, though. Look at the star. Ooh. Gorgeous, gorgeous. We'll have to see if I can see it. The Death card. That one's a great one, too. Gorgeous. But let's see if we can find the Tower. You guys know I love the Tower. There's Hierophant. Queen of Cups. Let's see. I'm looking. Ooh, this looks like it came right out of that other deck. I think it's the Pagan deck, the Book of Shadows. I think it's number 2. It has something very, very similar feeling to that, where everybody's walking through the city. That's a different kind of a deck altogether, but nevertheless, very, very reminiscent of that kind of vibe. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Not seeing that. So this is saying, have I done my own deck? Oh, funny you should ask. My daughter and I were talking about that today. So I have a deck that I'm working on, and I'm going to try and get it printed so I can play with it here. And it's basically Butterfly Bombed, and it's Pamela Coleman Smith Butterfly Bombed in kind of the funniest way, because I do say things like the 3 of Wands to me is very much the Santa Fe burger, and so it's on there. So I have this deck that's got a little bit, if you had the card like this side would be the picture of the Pamela Coleman Smith art, and this would be like a little bit of blurbs and captions and words. Got that one complete, and then this card, I'll probably print this side. That's the whole side of the card. What is that like? I don't have, well, I do have it handy. 1 second. This is, I think it's like the Tarot Wisdom or Guidance, but it's kind of like this is what I'm doing with my idea. And this is kind of just Butterfly Bombed and then a much shorter blurb on this side. And then I'll take whatever I have done to bomb this with butterflies on this part of it and make it into its own deck where it can be its own. But yeah. I need a Guardian Angel Ted card. Guardian Angel Ted shows up at different times. So I don't know which card he would be landing on, but I'll take that in consideration. So my daughter and I were talking about that, and we were looking through it, and I was like, okay, the 6 of Swords is one that is done, and like some of it's different. You'll see that some of them are butterfly bombs. Some of them have a little bit of this, that going on. Santa Fe burger card has a burger in it. So it's like, I eventually will get that out. I'm not an artist, but I love tarot, so if it makes it more approachable and more fun and makes it a memorable way to engage, then great. That's good for me. So yeah. So that's what I've got going on there. Stephanie, Intuitive Seer Stephanie, and I started a Bones deck, and I don't know when that's going to evolve and get done, but I have the cards that I used to do with Bones. Could I build a deck with each card from different decks? Absolutely, about 15 times over if I wanted to. Absolutely. But I would need probably permission from all of the contributors in order to like publish that. But if I wanted to just like grab 78 of a mix of my own, yeah, I could do a couple, I think somebody called it a garbage deck once. Kind of like when they do garbage hash at the restaurants and they've got potatoes and mushrooms and sausage and onions and peppers and everything in it. That kind of thing. They did that in a deck, and they had a couple of those. Excuse me. Ow, I got the hiccups. But I probably could do that because 670 decks, you'd think that, yeah, I probably could. So that would be an interesting thing. So do a garbage deck. Maybe I'll have to do a couple of different garbage decks and play with just garbage decks on a certain day. That would be very, very fun. So I will keep that in mind. I don't think I could do that and like promote it as my own. No, but obviously I could do it. Like I've got probably 11 or 12 Marchetti decks from Cyril Marchetti. I love his stuff. Alleyman's Tarot. That's the one, Kim. That's totally the one. Totally the one. And it has several expansions. So I don't own the Alleyman's, but I have enough that I could do a DIY Alleyman's. To show you the charms on her bracelet. Okay. All right. Nell. What's going on? Nell is one of my guides. She wants to... okay. She's crossing the river directly at me. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Nell's coming through and she's crossing. She usually has this rock by the river and she was shaking her bracelet of charms. She's coming through, and as she's coming through, she's doing this a lot lately. She's shifting from like age 10 to her fierce self. Wow. Her fierce self is very fierce today. The playful energy, you need to, okay, yeah. Put on your battle gear, armor up in whatever it is, armor up in your confidence, have the charms there. If you have words trust, faith, hope in a bracelet encircling, if you have a snake wrapped around your arm, that it's going to show strength, wisdom, power coming through. That's what's going on one arm, and a cuff type of bracelet that's really strong on the one arm. I want to see your arm that's loose that has the bracelet. There's opal. It's what I think it is. It's like opal abalone. Abalone. It's like abalone shell. I have it in some of my earrings, not the ones I'm wearing today, but I have those. And it's very much a moon shape. Okay. Show me another. There's a bell. It's just a bell. It has a little bit of tinkle in it. It's a bell. It's like the typical bell that you would see. It's not like a round, like a jingle bell. No, it's like the typical bell. What else do you have? Something about age. She's got something about this old woman, and it's like, looks like a peddler woman. I don't know what that's about. It's like an old grandmother woman on the bracelet. She's got something that's just the fairy wings themselves, and it looks like it's just the wings, it's just two little wings. It would be like fairy or dragonfly wings. It's what she's got there. She's got I'm surprised she's got the skull. The skull on it. That's a reference to Gogs directly. Now, if you see back here on my shelves, I don't know if you can see up there by that plant, there's a skull. That's a reference to Gogs. She's very much friends with my other guide, Gogs. That's a reference to him. Okay. She doesn't have a reference to Lucy or Mo. What else do you have there? The dog. She's got the dog and the skull. The dog, those are both for Gogs. It's about loyalty. Something about a star, different kind of a star. And that one's like a glittery looking one. Those are the charms that I can see on her bracelet. And they all seem to be pretty much silver. I'm not sure what that's about, but that's what's going on. So that's what's going on with her. Don't know why. So yeah, that's what's going on. Anything else? No, she's shaking it and walking the other direction. She wants you to stand fierce in your power when you're armored up, whether you have words around your wrist. The younger Nell likes they look like friendship bracelets, and they're like colored, they're elasticy looking. Younger Nell likes those. Older Nell has it in silver, carved in silver. It's her armor. That's what it is. It's when you wear and declare statements about self, and when you wear charms and declare statements about self, they act as armor to your soul. They act as kind of how you might identify or how you create strength for yourself. That's what she wants you to know. So that's a little bit trippy, but that's what came through. All right. Yeah, she's back on the rock. She's sitting there. She's got her knees pulled up tight. She's young now. Knees pulled up tight. She's watching. She's just watching us. She's having fun tonight. So, okay. She likes the charm shows. Who knew? So, yeah, that's what's going on. So, okay. And we can show you a little bit more of the stained glass tarot or some of the other tarots that we got. We got one that was Tarot of the Cat people that I went into the other day, and that was pretty interesting. Oh, and I was showing you some of the Halloween tarots. She draws strength, power, and protection from it. Yeah, that's right. That's right. What you wear or what you choose in your charms, they're like talismans. She likes that word. So yeah, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Hang on. Any steampunk? Yes, yes, I'll show you my steampunk decks. 1 second. Where did they go? There we are. Okay, so this is the steampunk decks I have. So you've got the Golden Art Nouveau, but this is a steampunk deck. This is a steampunk tarot. There's another steampunk tarot floating around here somewhere. It's not in this box. I don't know why, but that's what they are. This is like one of my faves, this one. Absolutely one of my faves steampunk decks. And it's like very, very well illustrated. And then I'll show you the flavor of the other one. Now there's another one out there that I don't have that I'm not fond of, and that's why I don't have it. But I have this one in 3 decks. I mean, I love this one. Phil got me this one for my birthday one year, and I just love, love, love this deck. So that's a great one. It's very, very good. It's like one of my favorite decks. And then I'll show you the other one. Hang on, I'll put those back there. These ones are a little bit different, and I had to like kind of deface the deck a little bit because some of the art was a little bit nudie-tootie, but most of it is pretty interesting. It's a little bit more drawing like a comic book would be. The art's a little bit of different style, but it's really, really good. So, and this is, maybe it's the Steampunk Nouveau. That's this one. You can kind of see there. Like, here's the Four of Wands. This is an interesting Four of Wands. So that's what we got. And then we got this. And then I think this is Temperance coming up here. And look at her hat. It's great. So loving that. So yeah, I love the steampunk decks. I love the steampunk vibe a lot. A few years back, I was like gathering so much crap and junk from different places and playing with different things and doing different steampunk things. And in my living room is a little bit of steampunk. I love steampunk. So yeah, loving that quite a lot. So I've got some steampunk decks, and I would recommend if you had to choose A or B on these two, on this or this, definitely this. Yeah, definitely this. I love this. This is like beautiful. I mean, look at that. And look, there's even an hourglass there. But yeah, love it, love it, love it. So that's what I got. So that's what I'm doing on there. And what else is going on? Kind of same old, same old. So let me put this down here. All right. So that's what I've got. If you've got any other questions, we can do that. If we want to do paid reads, we can do paid reads, or we can chit chat or whatever. And then in a little while, I'll probably call it a night. And like, I don't know if I'll be on tomorrow. It's 50-50 shot on that. So we'll see what's going on. But that's the deal. So yeah, let me get some water. Oh, and I did get the Mother Peace Tarot, which is one of, I think, the original round tarots. And I think it's controversial, but I'm not quite sure why yet. And there's a whole way of learning and doing with it, but it was done quite a long time ago. So I haven't had enough time with it, but it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. So, yeah. It's one that I had seen years and years ago. Past life decks? Oh, yeah, I have an interesting one on that. Okay, let me show you some of the past life decks that I like to use. This is like past life and time, past life energy deck. This is the box there. And these are the cards, and they're very, Sandra Ann Taylor has kind of a look to her cards. I haven't inked these yet. I haven't played with them a ton yet. And they have angels that come through too, which I'm not sure if I'm loving that or not yet on these. I'll show you a few more of these. And then I'll show you some of the other ones that I use for that. There's, woo, sorry, that one's upside down. Yeah, that's right side up now. So that's this deck. Then I have, this is the Citadel cards, and they're very different in shape, but they have all kinds of archetypes in them. Love those. That's the back of them. These are great for different archetypes that come through. So you can kind of see those. Then I have these past lives from Melanie France, who is a friend of mine. She's crossed over now, but she did the Swear Tarot, Melanie France, and I think her daughter is still selling her decks. And these are brilliant. But they're just words. They give like the archetype in this kind of form. So these are Melanie France's past life cards, and on occasion you see me using this. And you can go in whichever space is calling you. And then this is another past life deck that I like to use, and I think it's just called Past Life Deck. And it's got like this, that kind of thing. Denise Lynn did a, I don't know if it's a Sacred Gateways or what that is, but she did one, and I took all the words off, and I loved the illustration so much that I took the words off, and they come through really strong. Like, it's amazing what comes through. So these are some that I use. I use the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck, this one that you guys have seen, these. I also use the character cards I sometimes use. And then I use these past life cards. And these come through, and they're really, really good. I got 2 of these little wonders, and they are beautiful and interesting. And this is just a smaller of the Wild Unknown again. But those are great. And then I've got the Sleepwalkers Tarot. Where do I have just the straight tarot cards that I use for that? There they are. Now you'll find that when you get regular tarot and you're going into past life, sometimes it will take you right to a different space and time totally. So this one does a really good job on past life. And I forget the name. Wheel of the Year. That's another one that's great on past lives. Dream Keepers. That's this one. That one's a really good one for past lives. And Sleepwalkers. But you can go into any tarot. Like, I've done past life readings with just a regular tarot and gone in, and when you're ready, it will shift. It's like it shifts over. It scooches gears, so to speak. And then you go in, and the information is going to come through regardless. Tarot suddenly shifts to not be tarot, and it feels a little bit different. Information just comes through. Now, if you let yourself just follow the nudge, then you'll go to whatever deck it can be. You could go to even a cartoon deck where it's just the animals deck or whatever, past lives, and you could get the information out of it. If it was what was calling you, then I would say follow that. Follow that nudge. Always, always, always follow the nudge, because that's what's going to lead you to the information. And honor what comes through as that. Like, sometimes when I'm doing the bones read, past life stuff comes through. Sometimes when I'm reading Crystal Ball, past life stuff comes through. So whatever it is, honor what's coming through for you and put the information through. You're not there to block or buffer the information. It doesn't have to even make sense. If you get close enough to the intent, close enough to bring the energy through, you'll bring the message through. People will understand. You just trust your intuition and let it carry you. Let the flow carry you if you can. So that's what I've got on that. And it's when you ask to see a past life of your own, you'll sometimes see a glimpse. Sometimes you'll want more information, and sometimes you might not get all that information. So there's different ones. Yeah, Steph, I'm on very late tonight. But there's different lives that will flash, and there's different circumstances that you're going to have knowledge that you want to know more knowledge about. But ultimately, it feels to me as though the past life information that we're allowed to have while we're in this lifetime is we're going to only be allowed to have what's going to be in our highest good. So if we want 15 million different answers all at once, we're probably not going to get them all at once. Some things we're not going to know why they went down in our life a certain way until after we're dead, till we're in the in-between lives. So sometimes that's the way it goes. And other times we'll have things that are epiphanies or flashes, and it will suddenly make a whole lot of sense. Or while you have a draw or a connection to a certain place, will make a whole lot of sense. So pay close attention to that. It's very, very interesting. And often where we left off in a past life, a lesson we left off, we might want to deepen that lesson or deepen that groove, and we end up doing a lot of that work too. Very, very interesting. So yeah, today we are doing the charm special, which is super fun. It's just fun to do the charms. And then, probably if I don't go on tomorrow, I might go on Saturday, and I'll do my regular stuff again. But you can, if you want one of my regular reads, then we can certainly do that while I'm here. So that's what we can do. And I can hang out for a little while longer, or we can do a collective or whatever. So we're good. I just thought, why not go on? Why not try it? So yeah, and I did do some interesting journaling. I got the Sacred Hags deck out and did some journaling with that, and I'll show you one of the pages, and it was an interesting thing. And it was the card that was the Wild Child Prophecy card. And let me see, this is, well, let me flip this. It was this one, the Wild Child Prophecy, and this was what it said, and I wrote it down so I could do this later, but this is what it says. So, and it has you fill in the blanks, and it's like a ritual that you do where you write it at night, and it says, "Dear little one, I see you and I love your," and then you fill in the blank. "Always remember your," and you fill in the blank. "Your strength comes from," you fill in the blank. "I'm in awe of your," you fill in the blank. "And lastly to you I say," and you fill in the blank, and then your friend. So I'm going to hold it. If you want to take a picture of it, you can. It's one of those things in my journal. Now, what I fill this out as personally, I'll probably fill it out after the show, and then it suggests you read it out loud in the next morning, and it's really, really good for you to do. So that's kind of a little bit of an interesting thing from the Sea Hags Oracle, and it was the Wild Child's Prophecy card. So that was a little bit of a piece of the journal that came through a little bit earlier in the day when I was doing my thing. I think I missed a question back there. I'm going to look and see if I can find it. Thanks for tapping. Okay, can I do a collective with past life cards? I don't know that I can't. I don't know that I can't. Let's do it. Let's do it. A collective with past life cards. We're definitely going to do it. Give me a second. Where do we want to go? I want to see the group. I want to see a group. And so we're going to go to the character cards for just a minute. And I want to see something from the Citadel. And we're going to go to the Denise Lynn. Whoa. Even though they aren't past lives. Let me grab them just 1 second. They fell. All right. Okay, these are the ones that I'm feeling called to use. So we're going to go into them and see what's going on. Let me flash this down. Citadel, Denise Lynn's characters. Okay. And usually I go in the order that I pull them. So we're going to go. I think I want 3 from here. We'll go 3 to each. 3 to each to see what's going on. Wow, 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 wow. We're getting Vivaldi coming in. Vivaldi. We're in the time of Vivaldi. I don't even know when that is. Musicians coming in the modern thing. But Vivaldi is coming in. Vivaldi. Somebody that really close to Vivaldi, close to, drawn to that kind of type of music, huge coming in. It is something about the way he prepared things was hugely, hugely drawn and motivated because of romance during that time and during that era. He wasn't the only one creating symphonies. So we might know of Vivaldi or Bach or Beethoven, but Vivaldi specifically is coming through. This is huge coming in. There's something about the lovers that are close, and this symphony music coming through. A couple of things coming through here. There is, I think it's called the Vivaldi Springtime Symphony or Vivaldi in Spring. I'm not sure if it's Spring Sonata or what. I don't know. And then there's one that's, if I could write a symphony for Susan, that's also coming through. If I could write a symphony, that's the intent of the heart that wants to come through. The intent of the heart and how he marries the notes coming through really, really strong. There is something that is, there was a protected time for him to be doing this. If you have musicianship in your line, it's something that you need to be aware of and protect and guard your time. If you have musicianship in your line, you need to honor what feels like harmony. Honor the abundance of the spring that would come through in this. Now you're getting the merchant, somebody trying to buy it. The merchant, the queen, and the catalyst. Somebody owning what it is. This is devotion, 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 devotion. Somebody really, really owning the musician's heart. And then the catalyst. It's almost coming through as if the muse was coming in there. Not sure what that's about. I'm going to throw this down so you can see. These 3 are coming in. These 3 are coming in. Here and here. Now let's see what else is going on in the group. Let's see what we can pull for 3 more. Then we'll see what's happening here. There she is. There's a little bit of the star-crossed, a little bit of distant lands coming in here. This queen goes right over the top of here. right here, right here. You can see her really clearly. It's like distant lands, longing, and a little bit of star-crossed type of ethos coming in. Wanting to go out, wanting to go out. Now you see, here's this woman wanting to go out, but there's this protectedness, the security guard on her and the merchant. Don't cause too much of a ruckus. Don't stir up too much trouble. It's coming through. Still, this is what wanted to be inhabited. This is like the hammock for two, the hammock for two. The place and space built for two is coming through. Okay, that's what's coming through in the cards. Let's see what wants to come through. We've got the composer, the musician. We've got the composer, the composer. We've got the garden. We've got the muse, all coming through. The catalyst is this muse, is this woman, is this muse, is the queen. She's the muse. There is a little bit of, you have to pump out the symphonies. You have to pump out the harmonics. You have to pump out the work, do the work, do the work, do the work. Get that pumped out. But it motivated the not being able to have the object of their desire motivates the artist to create more. It's why great poets, poems are written by the poets. It's the longing, that sense of longing, and the wanting this abundance to come through in spring is huge, huge. Let's get some more on the other side of this and see what's coming through. Gox is saying he knows that ache. Gox is sitting right there and he's saying, I know that ache. And this is Gox. He's older. Gox is the old grizzly guide that I have. He's like old grizzled kind of, he knows that ache. It's when there is this strong companionship, this, he calls it boon companionship type of words, strong bond. He knows that ache. And it also, like, it's the ache of the loins and the ache of the heart. He wants to be very clear on this. There is both going on. It's not just the ache and the friendship. It's also this a little bit of lust mixed in, and this romance. There's chemistry between this. The researcher and the madman. And what else? The spiritual seeker. Okay. I'm going to show you guys this. I'm going to lean this down again. We've got the researcher, the madman, and the spiritual seeker. This is the musician again coming in right here. The musician operates like the madman. He's seeking out better to his soul, to better what he's doing, to better the connection, and better it. That's what he wants to do. This is coming through a little bit over here. The spiritual seeker, it's a little bit distanced. What's coming through is unrequited love as the theme. It's unrequited love. There is that ache. There is that longing. Also, courtly love is coming through. Very, very romantic energy coming through. It's, yeah, you can write poems and sonnets and symphonies. If I could write that symphony for Susan, that's the name of the song that would be in modern time. But if he could write a symphony to woo and to show how that would intertwine, how the notes would intertwine would be a signal. Also, something is being referenced as the language of flowers is coming through. So during this time, there was speakings and sharings in different ways, in different dynamics of ways. There were speakings and sharings going on. And there were messages sent in kind of like codes. Like you could send messages in flowers. You could also send messages in the rhythm, in the cadence, in the frenzy of the music. This is what's coming on. This is what would be sent. Very strange and different. Super different. What else would you want us to know? The instrument. What about it? He's coming back to hippie, trippy, woo-woo stuff, telling us that you are the instrument. You are the instrument. Whatever it is, we are the instrument that allows things to move through us, and the instrument of our voice, the instrument of our heart will send out the harmonics. It's going to send this out. The instruments come through. There's also like the crying violin. When we hear somebody sing and they cry in their voice, you can hear a crying, a keening in the voice. You can also hear the cry in a violin. That's what's being drawn attention to, and I'm not sure what that's about or why, but that's what's going on. It's the cry. Sorry, I'm trying to get this phone to settle down. It's the cry of the violin, the song of the violin, and the cry of the violin. There's something very It's not tragic, but the unrequitedness and the longing that went for a long, long time. Not everyone got to have the choice to marry for love back then. Sometimes there was a lot more courtly love going on and people understood their stations in life. Sometimes you couldn't have what you wanted in those particular times. If you were lucky enough to find the muse and have the muse, there was a lot of poetical romance about that going on. Not quite sure why that wants to come through so strongly, but we have our own myths and fairy tale romance and romance ideas about love and so forth in these times too. What else is going on with that? I can't make this up. This is why I like this. Look at this, guys. You got the knight on the horse. And I talked about the courtly love, the way that they would be. Yeah, that's what it's about. The things that happened in Vivaldi's time that was about music was a way to communicate with each other, communicate heart to heart, and particularly the violins. The violins cry. That's what's going on. I'm not sure what that is doing, but the violins cry. And that cry of the violin, or the cry of the song of the heart when somebody was singing or crying their song forward, it was felt and understood when it couldn't always be expressed publicly out loud or even acknowledged or created. Union couldn't always be created. So one would become the other's muse. That's what would happen. That's what happens on the group read. That was the energy of that time frame. So if you've had past lives in that time, if you've had unrequited love and courtly love that has been something that maybe not vexes you, but follows you in this life, this is a nod to that, a tip to that, a mention of that. That's what I got. That's complete. Holy cow. Yeah, apparently we can do them that way. Who knew? Who knew? I can't see why we couldn't, but we can't get as specifically deep in there. I mean, maybe in a different read it would have come through specifically deep, but who knows? I can't say that we can't. I'm saying what came through in this particular one was that. So that's what came through. Yeah. Vivaldi, the Four Seasons, the spring thing, Symphony for Susan, the way the violin cries, you'll know what that is if you hear it. You'll know the joy and the exuberance of the spring, and then you'll also know in certain songs the cry of that violin. Who is that girl that you sometimes see? There's a girl that plays the fiddle and does beautiful, beautiful. She's like pretty athletic, pretty, dances around, plays the fiddle or the violin, one of those, and she does a really great job, and she's in our time. She's got the energy of the muse that is with her all the time. I don't know what her thing is, but that's what I got. So, all right, let me get some. I was going to get some water. I guess I'm out of water. 1 second. There's a little bit there, and I'll grab that sip of water, and then we'll sit down and see what's going on. Whoa. Okay. All right. Lindsay Sterling, that's the one. Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly who I was thinking of. Well done, you. Well done, you. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So that's what we can do. I can say goodnight if you've got any more reads that you want to do. I don't know. I'm not sleepy, so I'm just kind of chatting and blah, 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 blah. Whatever. If we want to do some reads, if you want to do some more paid reads, we can do that. I am doing the Charms by the Pinch. $10 a pinch is what I do. And then we'll do the Charms reads. And sometimes you get a bunch. Sometimes you get a few. They read very like Lenormand or kind of Lenormand Tarot wacky, but this is what I've got. It's these ones. So you can kind of see what's in there. Woo! Wild ones. And then also these ones that are the silver ones that are more in the collection. I haven't combined them together in the box yet because I'm not sure that I want to do that just yet. So we'll just see what's going on. Thanks for the gift. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the heart. That is great. That is sweet. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. And then if you guys haven't been in and seen the tarot collection, there's part of the collection. And then behind me, collection. And then this way, also more tarot cards. You guys know the drill. Whoa. Oh. Oh no. Okay. Hopefully I'm there. That was weird. I hit my phone a little bit weird, but yeah, I'm still here. All of a sudden, TikTok went small on my phone, but yeah. So those are my collection of cards. Kim says I've got about 670 decks. Now, bearing in mind that some decks I have duplicates or triplicates of, so depending how you count. But yeah, and I love tarot. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So I think they're beautiful. But I love reading charms. I like reading the crystal ball or doing screening work. I like talking with my guides and letting things come through. So it's just like, whatever. Everlasting radiance is sending something. Okay. All right. So we'll see. And just tell Kim what you sent for, like which kind of thing. Dupes and trips count too. And quads probably count too. Are my cards insured? No, they're not insured. I did ask like the business people when I did my taxes. I said, well, how do you do this? But there's a depreciation that works in my favor for taxes. But I don't know. It's probably more than anybody would want to admit spent on cards, but I love them. And I have some that are cheap, some that are expensive, some that are super expensive, some that are gifts. Not super, super. Like I don't have a $900 tarot deck. No. Probably some of the most expensive are these, and they're beautiful, and they're worth it. They are worth it. These are James R. Eads, and it's the Mirror Visions deck that has the hologram effect. So yeah, and they are gorgeous. And this is, you're seeing two things in one coming through. So, and I'm seeing for Gay for $20 for a blind, so we can go to that one. Absolutely. So let's go do that for Gay. All right. Ooh. Ooh. We're going in these ones right now, like right this very, very minute. We are going into these right now for Gay. This is the Enchanted Map by Colette Baron Reid. I love this one. Let's see what's going on for you. Okay, and we're going to flip this down so you can see. Okay. Okay. We're doing it. We're doing it. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. There's like a tidal wave of energy wanting to come through. It feels like you've been stuck in the mud for a long time. This is coming through. Elephants coming through. Elephants coming through. This is something like big elephant energy. This is old elephant energy. This is like the mama of the herd, the old ancient mama of the herd. The reason that it's felt like you've been so stuck is because you've been waiting for the littles of the herd, the babies of the herd to catch up. I'm not sure what that's about, but this is coming through, and there's big wave energy that came through. I want to flip these other cards that came through. These are the ones that are feeling pronounced. These ones I'm not sure if they're relevant. Encouragement, Golden Palace, Wide Open, and Magic Stream. This is what needs to happen. The mud has been too wet, too wet, too wet, and then it dries and you dry in this mud. There needs to be more river and less earth, less attachment. What I'm getting is there needs to be less attachment to what is the earthbound things and more energetic flow. The kids are struggling. Yeah, yeah. You're doing what you can to help your kids, encourage your kids, keep the lines of communication open with the Golden Palace and the Wide Open here. You're doing everything you can for them and to help them, but you need to let them have some flow. Let them have, gosh, this sounds harsh, honey, but it's not meant as harsh. It's meant with love, but let them have a little bit of time to fall on their ass. Let them have a little bit of consequence. So, okay, I'll say it again. So what we're having is this is that big, big mama elephant energy on the Magic Stream. And the reason you felt stuck is because you've been trying to help with the hope. Help with the Golden Palace. Help with the kids. And the little elephants are coming in strong, strong, strong. But what it feels like, and it's not meant to be harsh, it's meant for you to know that it's okay to let them have their consequence. They have to fall on their ass a little bit is what I'm getting. And I'm seeing the kids like when kids are toddlers or when they're just learning to walk and they're little and they do cuckoo things, especially when they're learning to walk, they need to fall down, get back up. And it takes them a little bit of time. As the kids get older, the falling on the ass and getting back up looks a little bit differently. It's not get right back on that horse, but you're allowing them to have some of their consequence because you're the only one stuck in the mud. The whole herd isn't stuck here. Only you are, because you're trying to do more for them than let them be in the flow. Have them have the flow of their own consequence. You've been stepping back lately. Yeah, keep doing that. It's really hard. But in order for you to progress and move forward, and it is a lesson they need to see you do, so they know they can do it too. They learn from the example of you doing it rather than being dependent on solving their problems. You're taking on your own life, solving your own stuff. They learn from this as well. Now let's see what these two had. Flip this down. Ooh. Metamorphosis and listening. Now we have another elephant listening here. So hopefully you see this. This is listening. This is listening to the symphony, and the elephant is listening. This is two elephants. This is something very much, very, very, very maternal. The kids have been maternal a little bit long. You know, the elephants, they have those pregnancies that last forever. Oh my gosh, I wouldn't want that. But it feels like a little bit of delay in the launch, not so much failure to launch, but a little bit in delay in the launch. You're taking more care of you because you've been so sick. I'm sorry you've been sick. Do more taking care of you. This is what needs nourished. And then what else do we got? We've got metamorphosis coming in, and I want to get one more on this because the flamingos are giving me the krill. I think that's what they eat. I think it's called krill. They eat something that's very, very pink and nourishes them, and that's why they get the pink in the flamingos. And it's something that's mirrored back to you. This is something that brings, revitalizes, brings back your color in a good way. Something that you eat that is really healthy for you. I don't know why I'm getting this. I'm getting the krill, but in human form, I'm saying beets, like red beets are what coming through. So it's telling me something about your iron, something about the iron and the B vitamins need to be honored. I don't know what that's about. So that's what's coming through as a weird, but you know, I get out of the way and let it come through. But yeah, all right. Mo's giving me the smile. Not now, not now. Okay, I don't know what that was. It said limited visibility. I'm not sure what it's about. But the beets of the vegetable that is coming through, that's what's coming through. You've been craving beet salad? Oh my gosh. Have it. It's telling you need the iron and the B vitamins. Yeah, that's exactly what's coming through. This is why I honor the nudge, even though it seems crazy, because you guys will know what I'm talking about. You will know. Let's see what else is coming through for you on this. It's going to fortify your own strength. Fortify your own strength. Listen to music that helps lift you. It will fortify you big, big, big and help you move forward. Dry desert time. This is you needing to withdraw a little bit. Now, this mud has been too wet, too long, too emotional, too long. If you withdraw and allow yourself to walk across a drier landscape, a less emotional landscape, you're going to be able to proceed. There's wisdom that comes through with this also. It's not the dry desert in the nourishment of soul. It's dry desert in not taking their drama. That's what's coming through. Goat cheese and the beet salad. Ooh, I bet that's really good. Yeah. I don't have anything about the goats in here. I just have the Golden Palace needs to be taking care of your own temple first, your own body first. And then that will help you get out of stuck mode. And you saw those cards and they just waved right in. They whooshed right in. It's not going to take forever. You need to give yourself 9 days of like intense. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Take care of everything from like the vitamin Ds and the emergencies and all this stuff. But it feels like this is going to be feeling better and there's going to be a shift for you health-wise. Now, I'm not a doctor. I'm a tarot card reader. This is what comes through with the Oracle. It feels like you need to be very aware of this for 9 days. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, that's complete. Don't know what that's about, but that's what's going on. You've been focusing on you for sure lately. Keep doing it. Keep doing it in a good way and put their drama down. Let them have whatever their lessons are. Let them have the ability to know that they can get back up, just like the little kid that's learning to walk. It's something that's really hard to detach and step back. But if you're working on it and doing it, you're already on the right track. You already know what this is about. So that's what I've got for you. And you're doing a great job as a mama. And we always kind of think, oh no, you know, my kids will sometimes tell me, Mom, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, tell your therapist. I don't know. I fucked up a lot of things raising my kids. I wasn't perfect. Nobody got a book. You do the best you can, and that's all you can ever do. So, and it's enough. You've done well. So that's what I got on that. Let me move this tray and get another tray pulled up here for the cards, because I've got a lot of cards in my way. And then we'll see what's going on next. So, okay. Full 360 on that. Sorry, guys. But that's what we've got. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. It's crazy how much all of it. Yeah. Yeah. Because, like, I do the best I can, but I know that there's places where I feel like mommy guilt or mommy hell or I dropped the ball or wish I could do better. You know, you want to do it perfectly and not have your kids ever suffer or have them to have tough lessons. But sometimes they have to have the tough lessons. And sometimes we got to get out of the way and let them have a little bit of a different curriculum than we think they're supposed to have. So, yeah, that's what we got going on. So, yeah. So, hopefully that's helpful. Hopefully. Okay, now what's going on here? It looks like my screen got a little bit stuck. So, not sure what's going on there. So, there it's going again. Aubrey Lee Ford. Life can be mirrored for several at the same time. And you gladly share. Yeah. Sometimes if I'm doing a read, something will come in for many people. So yeah, there's something coming. Okay, ask it, Chad. Ask it. Ask away. It's a great night for asking questions. Hey, Subi. Hey. And I thought I saw Sarah in there. Hey, hey. So I'm going to wait for Chad's question and we'll see what's coming up. Hey, Amber. Good to see you. Hey, hey, hey. Can we still pull 3 cards as a preview of November 5th? Okay. I have my own thoughts on that, and I try not to be very political, but we can pull 3 and we'll see. But just, this is just going to be a take. This is one person's opinion, and you guys just do what it is that you feel in your hearts to do on that day. It's not my job to tell anybody what to do on that, other than vote, people. But whatever. Okay, yeah, we can. We'll go into Golden Art Nouveau for that. We'll look. 3 cards for November 5th. Give me a minute with these. Oh, okay. This is what we're seeing. There is a liberation. The tower is coming down. Somebody is going to feel like moody, broody, pouty. So this is feeling like moody, broody. This is what I'm telling you. This feels, how do I do this without getting politically problematic? This feels like the election is going to be a hot mess, chaos mess. It's not going to be what some people think. This one's pouting. This feels like the former guy. This feels like the new woman, and she's happy. She's reflecting back on the past, but there's a second chance for the dream that actually is there. In some readings, when you see this card will come up representing America itself. It feels to me that there's still going to be shenaniganery, that somebody will be pouting. And it feels like this will be the victory is blue. I hope that that is the case. And that all of us are going to feel a little bit beat up, just so you know. It's not going to be as smooth as we'd like it to be, but that's what I'm getting. So that's what's going on November 5th. Be careful and aware. Yeah. The woman in blue is who wins. The other person, the young boy, is pouting. And the young boy isn't so young, but maturity level, young. The former guy, pouting, is what I'm getting. That's what it feels like. And just so you guys know, do your voting. Make sure you double and triple check whatever your registration is for voting, blah, blah, blah. Help your neighbors to vote. Don't have arguments and fights. And there's no reason to create chaos on that day. Put it out there for peace and travel as much in peace of your own inner beingness as you can during the next little bit of time, but particularly on that day. So, yeah. Yeah. I hope she's ready for the shenanigans that are coming up. Is it a landslide or nowhere close? You know, those cards didn't show it, but what I feel is it's going to be pretty clear. And I do feel there's going to be a little bit of tomfoolery or shenanigans. But yeah, that's usually not something I go into on this channel, although I do follow some of the political readers. And yeah, I think a lot of the readers are kind of getting the same thing. And I'm hoping for us that it is time. I was talking with my daughter now. I live in a very conservative state. And my ex is more conservative than I. And she was talking to him, and she said, I think I finally got through to Dad on this. And I said, what did you say? And she's like, well, I just told him that I would rather live in a country and vote for somebody that thinks a woman can be president instead of a breeder. I was like, okay. So that's what I got on that. But happy to change the topic, because I know that people have their reasons for their beliefs, and they believe them strongly. Yeah. Yeah. The divine feminine is coming through all over the place. All over the place. So to expect it to not come in right now, no, the divine feminine is already here, and it's coming in stronger, 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 stronger. Yeah. Yeah. Way to go, Alta. Indeed. Indeedy do. So it's like Utah is kind of a red state, but I think you vote anyway, so they know that change is in the air, so they know that the constituents are feeling this way or that way about certain things. So yeah, so that's what's going on. So yeah, yeah, that was an interesting, but that's what's going on. So I can't think of anything else. We could look at some more Halloween decks if we want to look at those, or we could just call it, and I could be on either tomorrow or the next day. I'm not sure which. Even Nell reflects it. Nell is fierce. Oh my gosh. Now, you got to think about in terms of the world, in terms of the power of women have been. We know the last 250-ish years have been recorded as history of kind of patriarchy. But we go back, and we go way back to the non-recorded time. If we go back to Lemurian time, if we go back to certain matriarchal tribes that are Native American, we go very, very much into the matriarchal way. If we go into the witches of the past, even like if you go into the stories of like Baba Yaga and Vasilisa the Brave, we go back. Did I get the Storyteller Tarot? I think I did. I think this is the name of it. Hang on. I think this is the Storyteller Tarot. Is it? Is it? I lost the book. It's around here somewhere. And I had it, and I had the boxes, but I chucked all the boxes. And the book is somewhere around here. But I think that's it. Is this it? That you're thinking of, this one? It looks like this on the back. So I have a few different storyteller fables, stories. There's the Enchanted Forest. There's also the Divine Tarot that has fairy tales from around the world in it. And then there's this one, which I've got to get into the book a little bit more, but like, look at this. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So you tell me, Enchanted Sage, is this the one that you were thinking of? Or were you thinking of a different one? Because this one's a little bit different, and I thought it would show a little bit more. And it's like, huh. So, but I have so many, and this one is like, I need more time with this deck, apparently. But look at that. You think it's a newer deck. There's the Land of Stories Tarot, and there's another one. I don't know why that name sounds familiar. There's the like the Fableman's Tarot that also has holographs in it. Then let's see. Let's see if I can find. This is the Land of Story, I think. I'm not sure if this is the one, but I don't always know the names. And late at night, you know, I'm kind of a little bit tired, but this is one that has a lot of there. But I'll have to double check. Let me see if we can. Let's see if Google will open up and let me tell it the story, the Storyteller Tarot. Yeah, it's a gorgeous one. This one I almost got a second one of. I'm trying to get Google to play nice, but it's not even doing anything right on this other iPad, so we'll just leave it be. Abby, what's going on with your mother-in-law? I'll draw a card and we'll see just one for her. We'll see just one. If you want to do a full read, then I'm more than happy to do the paid read. If you want to see what's doing on that, my paid reads are, I'll show you the prices. If you want me to just draw one, I'll just draw one. But this is what I've got for a mini and a full. This is usually what's considered a full Celtic cross here. And this is even further than that, but we can see what's going on. But generally, I'm not on at night. But Abby, we'll take a look. We'll take a look. What's going on with your mother-in-law? Wow. Wow. Oh, my gosh. Okay. These two flipped right out. Boom. Right out. And this is what's flipping out the most. This is the Seven of Swords. This is cover your ass, protect your priorities. This is Sneaky Pete the Thief. This is when somebody's sabotaging or self-sabotaging. And the Thief card is when they take away what's priority to them to live to fight another day. There's also a separation. It doesn't feel like your mother-in-law has good energy right now. What's coming through is like parts of the old stereotype of mother-in-law, not the sweet mother-in-law that you're so glad you married into that family. A woman that is a difficult woman is coming through. It feels like there is difficulty coming through on that one. The other thing that flipped up, cut the shit kid, she's going to be harsh. That's coming through also on this. That's what's coming through for that. I'm not sure what else is going on with her. It just feels like she's in a harsh, judgmental kind of space. This one, the Queen of Swords, gets the bum rap as the bitch. And she's like not always a bitch, but she's most times right. But that's what's coming through. So if what I would tell you, if this is who you're dealing with, you keep yourself grounded in what it is that you need to do for your own boundaries and keep yourself peaceful. Don't be at war with your mother-in-law. It doesn't serve. But don't be a pushover either. So just hold your boundaries. No is a complete sentence. You don't have to explain your reasons. No is a complete sentence. If something doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. So that's what I got from that. So yeah, hopefully that helps. You're welcome, honey. You are welcome. No problem. Glad it's spot on. Do I have Samhain plans? Not yet. Not yet. Now, I do have Tiger, my grandson that we call Tiger, is coming to visit, and I think his mom's going to go get him this weekend, and I think he'll be here October and November, so we might have him for Halloween, which is going to be very, very fun, and he's like 11, so that will be super, super cool, so that'll be fun, but that's what's going on there, and so we might enjoy the Halloween trick-or-treateriness with Alta and with little Tiger. That could be really fun this year. So that's what I've got. So yeah, if you want to get on the paid list or if you want to do Charms by the Pinch, it's a really great way to see what's going on for a read. And it is like you get like a bunch of charms pulled out. Grandma needs a costume. Oh my gosh. I've got this robe and I might dress up just kind of a little bit gypsy style this year and, you know, pass out candy and say hello to the neighbors and all of that. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. We might be doing that. But, Halloween is very fun. And I love the Halloween decks. You know I love the Halloween decks. My vote is High Priestess type costume. Yeah, I think I probably will do that. And maybe the neighbors are going to have to know that the person that moved in is a little bit woo-woo. So that's all right if they learn that. If they have, well, they haven't really met me too much. I mean, I am friendly to them a little bit, but I am a bigger hermit than a social butterfly. So yeah. Steph's planning a paint night on the 19th. Woo-woo! It's about honoring the ancestors. Okay, I will think about coming for October 19th. All right. That would be super cool. Yeah, send me more information, Steph. Pop me a text or something. You're going to be Winifred Sanderson? Okay, I do have the Hocus Pocus deck somewhere. Let me see if I can have it. Do I have it close? No. Where is it? I have the Hocus Pocus deck with my Halloween stuff. Is this the Disney Villains? That's the Disney Villains, I think. Well, let's see. Maybe this is the Hocus Pocus. Hang on. I think this is the Hocus Pocus deck. There's one that's the Disney Villains. This is the Hocus Pocus. Let me see if I can find the Sanderson sisters in here. And it is very themed type of deck for sure. Yeah. Look at this. There's one of them. Yeah. There's some more going on. There's some more going on. Yeah, it's super, super fun. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Abby says she appreciates me so freaking much and you felt that so much tonight. So thanks for pulling the cards for you. Sure, honey. Sure. And if you come at the top of the show, I usually do a few little micro reads for free at the top of the show and then we get into the paid list. But sure. Yeah, those Sanderson sisters are hilarious. So that's pretty fun. And I think I've got to watch, I've got the Nightmare Before Christmas up on the shelf over there. You can kind of see the coffin right there. Yes, you can see that. And I've got to pull that down and maybe give a rewatch to that just for fun. I think it would be good. So yeah. So is there anything else that we need to do tonight? I think we're good. I think we've got it all covered. It feels like it's a good time to kind of close the show and say goodnight and all that. And I'll upload this for a little bit later. And I may or may not be on tomorrow. If I'm not on tomorrow, I'll be on Saturday. But that's kind of what the plan. Which one would Angie be? I don't know. I don't know. Probably not the blonde one. I'd probably be more Bette Midler or the dark-haired one. So, yeah. Thank you guys for being here. I'm going to let you go. And I'm going to stop recording here.